Hello everyone, welcome back to Practice Like a Pro. So today we're going to have a look at Happiness from the 1975. Now it's got this really cool kind of funk thing that as a working guitar player I use all the time. So it involves 16 notes and that sort of Nile Rodgers-y kind of funky. Great listening for this is the Off the Wall album, Michael Jackson. If you want to kind of get more into this kind of playing, that's a great avenue to go down. And anything that Nile Rodgers has touched basically has this kind of sort of on and off muted cool thing. So before we get going, drop the video a like, subscribe if you want more lessons, keeps the channel going and helps small creators. So let's get down to business. So I've split the song into two sections. If I was playing this on a gig, I'd just have a little chart like this for both the A section and the B section, the verse and the chorus. So it's really common in this style that the guitar player, to keep out of the way, will just vamp on the root note of the key. So in this case, this song's in the key of B. So I'm playing this B note on the 9th fret of the D string. Now I'm going to use my ring finger for this, and I want you to watch closely. When I put the tab back on screen, there's fretted notes, and then there's little mutes and little clicks. Now what I'm going to do, I don't know if you can see there, I'm just relieving the pressure of the string and I'm picking it, and you hear that little cluck. Now I've talked about it in previous videos where John Frusciante does the sort of playing all 6 strings but only fretting one of them. We're not doing that in this lesson. What we're doing is see how my fingers coming on and off, and my picking is down and up strokes and really precise. Can you see that? Let me put the tab on screen. Now the rhythm, there's 2 kinds of players, and there's 2 kinds of learners that come into my studio for lessons. There's those that can hear the rhythm and just replicate it, and there's those that need to kind of get into the nitty-gritty. Now, every record that you hear that's like this won't strictly be exactly the same pattern throughout the whole song. It will vary slightly. They might put an extra 16th in somewhere where they were supposed to play a quaver. It's just one of those things. What I tend to do is I'll get a bare bones pattern and then I'll just kind of run with it, and most guitar players do that. So this is what we're going for. So what we've got a quaver rest at the beginning, that funny little 7. So we're not going to play anything for the first quaver of the bar. Then we're going to come in on the and of 1 with a downstroke on that 9. Followed by another downstroke, followed by another downstroke that's a mute. So let's just look at those first 3 notes. So what I tend to do is in my studio, if you want to screenshot this, print it out, take it and cover it with a piece of paper so that you're just kind of doing 2 or 3 notes at a time, and you just keep putting a little bit on and a little bit on. So we're just looking at the first 3 notes. All downstrokes, and they're all even, they're all quavers, those. Sorry, my mistake. The first 2 are quavers and the second one is a semi-quaver. Once you've got that, we're going to put the second click in. You see the 4th note on the tab, and that's going to be his first upstroke. So you've got so get that under your fingers. Okay, let's add the next note in. Let's add the 5th note, which is another downstroke, and it's a fretted note. So we've got bam, bam, ba, ba, bam. Then we're going to add another downstroke that's a click. Now that's a syncopated note, is that it feels like it feels strange to finish at that point. But once we add the next couple of notes in the sequence, it'll make sense. So the first 6 notes we've got. I think I put an extra one in there. So that's going up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's first 7. Again, pause the video, take a screenshot. It might be that you just need to hear that. And you can replicate that. Or you might have to print it out and put the 1-hander, 2-hander, 3-hander, 4-hander underneath it. So then after those 7 notes, you've got another click with an upstroke, followed by a down and an up. And those are all 16th notes, those last 3. So the whole thing, let me zoom in. So pause the video if you need to. Now, once you've got this pattern, it's just rinse and repeat for all this kind of funk playing, and it's just minor changes in the way you put in the 16th notes. They're all it's a bit like strumming open chords. A lot of the patterns are very similar, but we tend to gravitate towards 1 or 2 and sort of expand upon it from there. So, pause the video. Pull the song up on YouTube, because the whole verse is just that note, and if you slow it down to 75% and see if you can kind of vibe along with it, and be really liberal with those 16th notes. If you're putting an extra mute in somewhere, as long as all the 16th notes in the bar add up to 16, it's gonna sound kind of right. So the next part, if you've got that, the next part is for the choruses. What I'm playing over this is I'm playing some of these little 3-note triads, and I'm playing exactly the same pattern, but I'm strumming 3 strings. So I'm going to do a B chord, which is a little B bar chord. If everybody knows this shape, I'm just picking the top 2 notes with the index finger on the 7th fret of the B and the high E, and then my middle finger I'm putting on the G to create this little B triad. Now, for the first bar, it's all 1 chord, and it's exactly the same pattern. Now, if you look at my picking, you can see that I'm almost imagine that you're playing a D major cowboy chord. And I don't know if you can see my middle finger, I'm just touching that G to stop it from ringing out, so that I can afford to be a little bit more, I can be a little heavier handed to get that sort of quack that Nile Rodgers is famous for. So that's the full bar, that's the first bar, and it's a full bar of B. Then, for the first 2 strokes of the following bar, I'm going to go to a G minor and a little G minor triad, which with the index finger I'm going to cover fret 4, 4 and 4 of the G, the B and the high E. And I'm just going to hit that twice. So you've got... Do that a few times for me. And then to finish that off, I'm going to go to an F major, which is 3rd fret on the G, 2nd fret on the B and the high E with the index finger, and I'm going to finish off the pattern there. All together. Do that as a close-up. Now, please do be careful that you're using on that G sharp minor and that F sharp major, you're using the correct major or minor ones, because major or minor chords, because you can sometimes, and I've done it before, where I've got them mixed up. I've been playing G sharp major and F sharp minor, and it doesn't sound right, and I haven't been able to put my finger on what it is. So just even if you're not at that point, you know, you can do that part, but you're not quite there with the chords. Just do some muscle memory exercise around it. Oh, I played F sharp minor by accident. You hear how it didn't sound right? Should have been that. Everything that I do in these videos is wherever you're at in your guitar playing, you can get something from it. And even if you're not quite there with the funky stuff, you can still use them as muscle memory exercises, because the more time that you spend with one of these on your knee, the quicker guitar comes to you. So that's all we've got in today's video. So if you enjoyed what I've been talking about and you like my lessons, subscribe. I try and make a video every week, sometimes two. Any comment, I get back to everybody in the comments, so please do, if you've got any questions about this, I'm really active in the comments and I do try to get back to everybody. So please do ask me any questions if needs be. And I'm also on Instagram as well and Facebook under James Practice Like a Pro, if you want to catch me on that. Till I see you next time, thank you very much. Keep practicing like a pro. Cheers.